But your characters, they always involve so much drama. What attracted you to this latest role, Jaime?
I read a news story about Sherri and immediately thought, there's something, there are so many other layers that people are not exploring to this human being. And it, frankly, it made me like upset and it made me mad. It was like you could see this woman that's seemingly beautiful and perfect, and the way that they told her story was basically that she's this terrible, awful human being, you know, that did this horrific thing to her family and to the community. And she did make some horrific choices, absolutely. But I felt like everybody has a reason for doing something. You know, no one is a perfect individual. And I just really needed to know, like, to know more of the whys, I guess, you know? And I just don't like people being exploited. Like, that's the big thing for me. It just felt like there was something about it that was not just because there was something that they didn't bother to look at.
I want to know, and you kind of touched on this, how much you knew of the story before accepting the role and what kind of research you did that after to prepare for the role.
The other interesting thing about this offer is that it had a 24-hour deadline, which has never happened before. Like, if they were like, we're making this now, we really want you to do this, but we need your agreement within 24 hours.
Ooh.
So my team was like, wow, that's really unheard of, you know? And I was like, yes, absolutely. And I had already been researching her when I read the story. Then I was like, let me just try and find anything. Like, I started watching interviews with the detectives before I got the offer. And so I watched basically every single interview that you could get. And I'm not talking about media interviews, right? The interviews of her investigation with the officers, her body language, her husband's body language, which taught me a lot.
Was there a scene that was very difficult to get into mentally?
Anytime that she blamed it on the two Latino women was really hard for me. That was really, really hard for me. Yeah.
Why?
Because, oh my God, you're making me feel like I want to cry. Because I have an inherent thing about injustice. And yeah, that part was hard because I don't know how to, I couldn't rationalize that, you know, in my head about why she would do that, because those, like, you know, the community, like, that hurts their community when they're not growing up like white and privileged, you know. It's just like really, it's just really, that part was hard for sure.
I mean, so many beautiful friends around you that, you know, range from Selena Gomez to the godmother of your children, Taylor Swift, and Jessica Alba. In what ways have each of them been a support system to someone like you who has so much depth and so many complexities and so many passions?
You know, with Jess, she was my first friend that had a child. So when she had Honor, she was, how, I mean, we were young. She was like 26, 27. And just watching her journey was really powerful. And she and her family means so much to me because none of my family is here in California. So, you know, being able to have a place to go on Christmas and a family to go to, and that support system, like, was everything to me. And so to be able to go to her, like, during my pregnancy, or, you know, not knowing what to do, because no one knows we don't know what we're freaking doing. We're just doing the best that we can, but she has always been there. And, you know, she's an amazing Madrina. She's beautiful. Taylor, you know, Taylor has this capacity to use linguistics and to use words to reach people in such a powerful way. You know, I like, my mind is always like blown that I'm lucky to be around humans in general, you know, but the experience of being around such extraordinary women is just, it's amazing. It's amazing.